All right, so we're in I know, I'm out of uniform. Believe me, I know. I'm totally aware of it. Okay, I'm not even wearing my glasses. Why? Because I'm not going anywhere. I don't need my glasses to see far away. I'm doing a lot of reading right now. So I don't have my glasses on. I don't have a tie on. I know. I feel naked. All right, I'm wearing my New Orleans Athletic Club shirt, which is also closed. Everything's closed. Day, what, 23 of this or something. So anyhow, so what I've been doing is I've been collecting a bunch of essays and editing them to offer for sale because we need to get some cash flow in here. So what I've done, what I'm working on right now is getting a website up and running with a store on it. So you can order these manuscripts, and I'm only coming out with one right now, which is called Boston to New Orleans, A Journey of the Heart. I just tacked that last part on. There's nothing mushy about this. So anyhow, this is a collection of essays that I wrote when I came down to New Orleans from Boston. Go figure, huh? So Boston to New Orleans, and I took the motorcycle down all through back roads from Boston down to here, and I did that a month before Melanie and I moved here. So we were going to rent a U-Haul, right, and tow our car, well, Melanie's car. I haven't owned a car since I was 18. But anyhow, we're going to tow the car behind a U-Haul with all our stuff in it, right? And I'm like, I don't want to put the motorcycle in there and take up all this space. Good thing I didn't, because there wasn't a lot of space left. So anyhow, so I took the motorcycle down, came down to New Orleans, put it in storage, found us an apartment to live in, and this was about a month before we showed up, okay? And as I went, I was writing a blog at the time, not the blog that you read on LaBelle, but it was a different one. And I just wrote on the fly. Every day I'd stop at somewhere and write down my day's adventures. And so what I've done is I've collected these, edited them, fleshed them out a little bit, and published them. Now, when I say publish, what I do, I ran it through the copier, okay? I'm not going to bind these or anything like that. Manuscript edition. This is something I used to do when I lived in Connecticut, is just do these manuscripts, put it in a folder, right, and sell it that way. Me, I'm the kind of person, I like to hold it in my hand when I'm reading something, okay? We're also going to have PDF, cheapskate, you want to read it on your phone, go ahead, okay? But really, the best deal here is to get the deluxe manuscript edition, because what I'm going to do, not only sign it, that'll be worth a lot of money someday, but also, like, things that interest me, I'll circle it, and like on the back of the page, I'll flesh it out, I'll write a little bit more. Annotated, the annotated edition. And this will be done with real pen and ink. I'm not going to run it through do it once, run it through the copier. No, that's not what you're paying for, okay? Everything's authentic. Why? Because that's what we do for a living, right? So that's what this is about right now. So I'm going to give you a little sample. Once the website is up and running, I'll be announcing it on Facebook, send out the email to everybody who's signed up for our newsletter, which you never get one because I never have anything to say. Well, now I got something to say. So when this is up, maybe you'll be tempted to buy it. Let's hope so. It's super interesting. Now, I'm not saying this is fine literature, though there's nuggets of gold in here. But I find it very interesting, and you will too. If you like talking to me and listening to me talk, then here you go. This is what I sound like in real life too. All right, so anyhow, here's it's 31 pages long, and this is real type here. It's not, I didn't blow it up. So we're on page 22, and this is called this chapter, which was Thursday, May 6, 2010, 362 more miles, close to sunshine. It's a good thing I'm not in a hurry. I left Fort Payne after taking pictures of the Alabama Museum, the band, not the state, at 7:30 a.m. As at 5:30 p.m., I am decided to bunk down in Atmore, Alabama, a stone's throw from the Florida line. This is my trip's penultimate day. I know it. I can feel it. The timber industry is alive and well in Alabama. I traveled through pine country for the most part. Logging trucks were the most common vehicles I saw. I drove past one stack of tree trunks shorn of their branches that were piled into a spiral higher than Boston City Hall. The landscape is filled with evidence of forest management, both wild and tamed. I passed acres that had obviously been harvested recently, and I passed stands of trees in perfectly straight, ordered rows that were a decade or so old. I don't really know how old those trees were. They were tall. I'm not an arborist. 10 years ago, I'm talking the same. I'm not an arborist. This is just my layman's guess while passing through. Alabama is very pretty, like everywhere I've been. Each place has been beautiful in its own way. There are fewer houses along my route in Alabama than in any other state thus far. I passed through the capital of Alabama, Montgomery, but I didn't linger. Most of my day was spent in out-of-the-way places. I was surprised by all the wood harvesting, but also by all the factories I passed. Alabama is the most industrial state of all that I visited on this trip. Granted, I didn't take the New Jersey Turnpike, but the industry in Alabama is different from the industry in New Jersey. Some of the factories I saw are textile mills. Some of them are lumber yards. Others, I have no idea what they are. They're corrugated metal buildings with cryptic names, most of them Chinese-seeming. The cryptic factories are plopped in the middle of nowhere. Barbecue restaurants are popular in Alabama. Also, the convenience stores stock bags of locally boiled green peanuts next to the cash register. The farther I go, the more people want to know where I'm from. They say I have an accent. I'm flabbergasted. I tell them I'm from Boston. The farther I go, the more flabbergasted a reaction I get. That's a long trip. Yes. Welcome to the South. Thank you. Here are the counties I passed through today. I started in DeKalb County. After that, I passed through Etowah, Calhoun, Talladega, Coosa, Elmore, Montgomery, Butler, and Conecuh counties. At the moment, I'm in the county south of Conecuh. I'm in Escambia County. And that's it. That's just a sample. Hope you like it. I like it. So I've done the second version, and now I got one more pass through to go, pick up any typos and fix stuff, and then we're done. We're done, and hopefully the website will be done by the time I'm done with this. So it'll all be online, ready to go. We're on sale, hot off the press. So, on that note, where are we? We're at La Belle Esplanade, #1 place to stay in New Orleans since April 2014. Still, even though there's nobody here, still #1. So, through no fault of our own, I should add. So anyhow, once all this coronavirus blows over, I hope you know where to stay. Man, you'll be treated like royalty if you come to New Orleans, because we're dying for people to show up, and we're looking for stuff to do. Believe me. When everything's open, good time, guaranteed. If you're bored in New Orleans, you got a hole in your heart, okay? And everything's flowing out. So anyhow, on that note, you have a great New Orleans day today, wherever you may happen to find yourself. Check out our blog. Yesterday I put up the Peacemaker recipe, which is also known as an oyster loaf. And then that's on La Belle Esplanade's blog, so labelleesplanade.com. And then also on the New Orleans State of Mind blog, neworleansstateofmind.blogspot.com, old school. What did I write about recently? I don't even remember. I'm sure it's fascinating. I'm positive of that. So on that note, go. Have a good day, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same channel. All right, ciao.